Hi everybody, I'm Michael Andrews, and today you learn how to make all things, the good and the bad, work together for you. Now first, I want to answer the question before I start making these series of videos, what is career management? Well, before we can understand what that is, we have to understand what management is. Management simply is making all things, good and bad, work together for good. So somebody who works in a restaurant, who's a manager in a restaurant, has to know how to run things when everything's running well. And they also have to run everything when things are not running so well, when there's problems, when there's unforeseen issues with personnel and circumstances in the business. Otherwise, why would you need a manager if everything was perfect all the time? Well, we live in a world that's not perfect. So we need to be managers of our own lives. What is career management? Career management is simply making everything in your life work together to your advantage, your benefit. And that goes outside the scope of just picking a career or going to work every day in a career. It's managing everything in your life that has to do with your career. And those things are actually outside the box of what career you pick. And just so everybody knows, this is not a place where you would come to choose a career. There's a million videos on YouTube about that. This is about career management. This is how we manage what we do. You may learn things here that will change the desire you have for a certain career because you see hard realities now that you never saw before you came here. So, what's real-world career management? Well, real-world career management is simply making everything work together for you according to the way that the world really works. A lot of the career advice videos, they tell you what career to pick, but they don't tell you all the information about the world and how it really works. There's a lot of hard realities. There's a lot of ugly truths. There's a lot of good things, too, that a lot of people don't see. And we're going to talk about those in these series of videos. But a lot of the career-oriented videos on YouTube, it's how to pick a career, and it sticks within the confines of what you do for a career. Whereas in the real world, you have to manage everything in your life, not just the profession you choose, in order to work to your advantage. It's very different than the traditional way that career management is taught. What you get here is outside the box. You get things that other people won't tell you because they're afraid of losing their reputation or making somebody angry in the industry. I don't care about any of that. I'm my own independent guy. I don't care what other people think. I'm going to tell you the truth. I'm going to tell you good things and bad things that others don't talk about because they have something to lose if they talk about them. I don't have anything to lose here. So here you just get the truth, and that's it. So why do we have to be our own managers today in our career? Why do we have to go above and beyond just picking a career and a company to work for in today's world? The reason actually is very simple. I live in the United States. I can only speak for where I live. But the way things used to work in the United States, a lot of people could just go and work for a company for 20, 30, 40 years, and they could trust that they'd have a pension after they retired, and they could trust that they would have Social Security that would go on for many years after they left their place of employment. Well, those days that's slowly changed over the decades, and now we're at the point where the pension and the days where you could just trust somebody else blindly with your livelihood and your retirement, those days are over with. There's a lot of people that still think that those days are here. I think they're actually in a hypnotic trance because they don't realize that the world has changed since the 1950s or the 60s. But we're not in those days anymore. And today it's more every man for himself, and the way you run and the way you manage your own life and everything in your life, has a huge impact on your financial future, the quality of your life, like never before. So the days when we could trust other people to just do their thing and trust other people to give us a pension after we work for a certain company for a certain amount of years, those days, for the most part, are over. So that's why we need to be our own career managers. Today, it's every man for himself, pretty much. There's still a lot of big companies that take care of their employees, but that's been shrinking. It's been shrinking steadily, and that rate of shrinkage has not stopped. It continues. So there's a lot of big companies out there, but there's very few of them that actually treat their employees real well. And you really got to pick and choose where you're at today and how you manage your life. So that's the reason why we need to be our own managers. So if you want information that's outside the box, ideas and suggestions that are outside the box that you won't get anywhere else, and these things that you get here will give you an advantage over people that don't know this stuff. That's the way the world works, is people who have more knowledge about the way things work and the future will do better if they apply it than those who don't know that stuff and just go about their life in any old way. Those who are informed, those who are willing to be flexible, and those who are willing to think differently than others are going to be better off in the years to come and really be a step ahead of everybody else. So if you want to hear more, come on back and check out some more of my videos. Thanks for coming here today. Have a great day.